Hold on, let me get this right. Hey guys, I'm back. Hold on. Thank you for tuning in. So I want to talk to you a little bit, and I was just sitting here and I was just thinking. I was looking at a podcast, some podcast that what's his name? Philip Anthony Mitchell. He was on, and I was listening to that on Facebook at the same time, multitasking. Okay, so I was thinking about like self-awareness and when you get to that point, self-awareness is an awareness of your own personality. Oh, it's won't let me go right there. Your own personality and whatever it is. Why is, okay, let me go down. Okay, there we go. So self-awareness is your is an awareness of your own personality or individuality, often shaping how. Let me go back because I need to know if this cut off or what. Shaping how we perceive ourselves and how we interact with others. Many people feel nervous or self-conscious when under observation. So, but some discover that being watched doesn't bother them. Like me, it doesn't bother me. Like being watched, it doesn't bother me no more. It doesn't bother me no more. So, in fact, it can even be enjoyable for some people. It can be enjoyable. I don't like it, but I deal with it for now. I it's something that I can't control, so I have to be under observation. You understand what I'm saying? But to discover, uh, but for some, discover that being watched doesn't bother them. In fact, it can even be enjoyable. Recently, I was just sitting here, I realized that I really don't mind people watching me. You got to come to that awareness. I don't mind people watching me because I like watching myself. That's when I tell you I was just on Facebook. I just realized that I like watching myself. That's why I say I don't need nobody validation to watch my content or whatever it is. Because I like watching myself. It seemingly simple realization reveals a deeper truth about confidence, perception, and the human desire for recognition. So the reason for this, I came to realize is because I enjoy watching myself. I like seeing how I move, how I express myself, and how I interact with the world. This self enjoyment isn't rooted in vanity, but is a genuine curiosity and appreciation for my own growth and behavior. Just as someone might watch a favorite character in a film. Some people like watching their favorite character in whatever movie you like to watch. So I observe myself, and I see the improvement over time. So I had to watch. I had to observe myself also. When you know that you have to do these things to become a better version of yourself, then hey, being watched doesn't even it shouldn't even harm you. It shouldn't even you shouldn't even worry about it. Okay. So the power of self observation. Self observation is a powerful tool for personal development. When I reflect on my actions, I gain insight into my strength and weaknesses. Watching myself help me understand how I come across to others and give me the chance to refine my conversation and performance. This process transformed the act of being watched from a source of stress into an opportunity for self improvement. Moreover, likely unlikely to be watched my liking to be to watch myself means I'm less likely to be less likely to be embarrassed, self uh, uh cautious conscience. I am already confident with who I am. So the options of others don't unsettle me as much. Their attentions become intention of my own self observation. So the external mirror that helps me see myself from new perspectives. You understand what I'm saying? So my confidence and authenticity. Confidence is often taken for ignorance, but true confidence is about authenticity. When I'm comfortable with myself and how I present to the world, I don't need to hide or pretend. This authenticity draws people in, making social interactions smoother and more rewarding. Because I am not afraid of being watched, I can engage with others openly and honestly, creating genuine connections. Okay, so I don't mind being watched. Okay. Okay. So, in realizing that I don't mind being watched because I enjoy watching myself, I unlocked a new level of self acceptance and confidence. This mindset turns potential anxiety into motivation, allow me to embrace opportunities that others might shy away from. Ultimately, being observed is no longer a threat or a burden. It's a chance to celebrate who I am. I hate this thing. To celebrate who I am and how far I come. So, and perhaps by watching myself with kindness, I give others permission to do the same. I give others permission to do the same. Watch. I like it. So let me go right here. And I was gonna talk about right here. We right here now. Oh, I didn't even change that thing. But we're gonna change it. And I wasn't gonna talk about this, but it's nothing. Okay, there we go. We're gonna leave it right there where it's at. Because if I move it, it's gonna mess up. So I want you to know that life is what? Full of storms. Life is full of storms, difficulties, setbacks, heartbreaks, disappointments, all that. Sometimes those storms feel endless, leaving us in sorrow and uncertainty. Yet as the saying goes, even the toughest storms eventually run out of rain. This powerful message reminds us that no matter how intense or prolonged our struggles seem, they are temporary. So the nature of life storms in life comes in many forms: loss, failure, illness, or a period of emotional turmoil. Just like weather storms, they can appear suddenly, and leave us feeling vulnerable and exposed. In the thick of it, it is easy to believe the rain will never stop, and the happiness or peace are out of reach. The nature teaches us otherwise. No storm, no matter how fierce, how stormy it is, it's not permanent. It's not permanent. So you got to know the temporary nature of hardships. So even the toughest storms eventually run out of rain is a reminder that hardships have an expiration date. Hardships has an expiration date. Pain, grief, and difficulties may last for a season, but they are not everlasting. Knowing this can help us hold on and keep moving forward. Growth and renewal. After a storm passes, the world often feels fresher and more alive. So personal storms can wash away what no longer serves us and make room for growth, healing, and new beginnings. The rain cleanses and the sun eventually shine again. Mhm. Finding strength during the storm. You got to holding on to hope when challenges seems endless. Hope is our anchor, reminding ourselves that this too shall pass, can provide the courage to endure even the darkest moments. Sometimes hope is all we need to take one more step. So just like a storm, like the lessons that we need to learn in the storms, that's like seeking support. That's like seeking support. The support that you need is to learn through the storms. Just as people shelter together during a real storm, you need to learn from the storm. That's the support you need. When a storm arises, it's lessons in that storm that you need to take heed to. For you know that I'm not going back that route again. That route no longer serves me. That route no longer serves me. So practicing patience and compassion during a storm. Storm don't end just because we want them to. Not just because we want them to. Learning patience and being gentle with ourselves during hard times is essential. We must allow ourselves to feel, to heal, and trust that better days are ahead. Lessons learned after the rain. Lessons learned after the rain. When the storm ends and the skies clear, we often merge change, stronger, wiser, and a life that comes at that moment. It feel calm at that moment. But who says that we never will get it back in the storm? Storms teaches us resilience, empathy, and reminds us that capable damn, I just can't. Oh, captivity, our captivity to survive and even thrive after hardships. The rainbow after the rain becomes a symbol of hope, fulfilled, and a testament to our endurance. So no matter how fairy, how the storm, how the storm may seem, it cannot rain forever. It cannot rain forever. If you remember in what 2005 when Hurricane Katrina, it wasn't called Hurricane Katrina. We're gonna go back to Hurricane Katrina. Okay, we're gonna go to New Orleans, and this is when stuff started happening and stuff in the world and stuff like that. That was like our biggest whatever. So 2000, that was 2005 when Hurricane Katrina came, and people had to swim out of that water. to survive, to save themselves, right? They even probably fought for boats. They probably even fought for food, but they survived after that storm. Some passed away, and some survived. So you got to remember that all storms are not here just to bring you down or kill, steal, and destroy. Say it like that: kill, steal, and destroy. It's for you to open up your eyes and learn something through the storm. What lesson? And think about that storm that happened in 2005. That storm, it messed up a whole lot of cities there. It messed up a lot of houses. But eventually it was what? Just like yourself. You have to rebuild your confidence. You have to rebuild yourself, right? So a lot of things in New Orleans is rebuilt. It's not the same. That's the same way with your spirit, your mind, body, and spirit. When you change things for the better. That storm came in 2005 for a reason. And it was there for a season. But it didn't last forever. And now they renewed that city, that state. It's renewed. Same way with you. Same way with yourself. You have to know that storms don't last forever. It's only temporary. It's only temporary. And I know through my storm, it's probably a lot of folk. And I say folk. A lot of folks said, man, I don't know why he keep going. How he keep doing this. Wanna know why? God's grace and mercy. I pray. I hold on to hope. A lot of people don't have hope. They have temporary hope when things are going good. But when things are bad, they lose hope. They lose faith. You got to hold on to it. And once you start holding on to it, you have a smile on your face, just like I. And I want you to have a smile on your face also. So always remember that ain't nothing permanent. Nothing. Nothing. Our lives are not permanent. Our lives are not permanent. So we got to understand that. When you come to that conclusion in life, you'll start knowing that I need to change something about me. You know, a lot of people need changing, but they don't want to change for the better. They want to stay in the spot that they in. Sometimes change is good. Change is good. I'm telling you. Take it from me. I'm a living testimony. It's good. It's a good thing. So let me see. Can I go back to one? Oh, I got it right here. I forgot because I was like, I can't even get back on my what's called because it won't even let me on. Okay, let's sign into what it is. Okay, so we're going back. We're gonna go back to what I was talking about the other day. So remember when you lose hope, and when you lose your faith, why do you lose that? Why do you lose hope in your faith? Why do you lose your hope and faith during a storm? And we're going to talk about this again because Satan's story is an important part of Christian teaching. Okay, Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy what? Your mind. He take advantage of your mind, so you lose your faith and your hope. You lose that. So many people know Satan was once an angel in the kingdom of God, but he chose the different path. That's like many people in the world today. They choose a different path. They choose a different path. And then when they choose a different path, and then when destruction come up into their life, who brings destruction? And my belief, destruction comes from Satan. That's what my belief. I might be wrong, but I got my own belief in what I believe in, and can't nobody change. Well, you can change. You can change my perspective on it if you give me another term. But my perspective on that part is Satan, because he comes to kill, steal, and destroy our minds. So Satan in the kingdom of God. So Satan was originally created as a beautiful and a powerful angel, but that's why they say that you got to know your fruit. Okay, I say it all the time. You got to know your fruit, because Satan disguises himself as this beautiful angel, this beautiful. He pretends to disguise himself as a beautiful God. All right, I'm back because it stopped. But like I said, Satan disguises himself like he's a beautiful God. That's what Satan does. And just like he wants, if he once was in the kingdom, if he once was in the kingdom of, hey, let's stop. If he once was in the kingdom of God, okay, so it's that it stopped me and stuff like that, but we're gonna still go. So you got to know, if he once was in the kingdom of God, he knows all God, he know God, all God's ways. You understand what I'm saying? So he gonna disguise as God, but he's not. Satan is an influence in our lives. Even after being cast out, Satan still tries to influence people. Okay? Lives and try to come purpose. Okay, with an evil purpose. Satan goal is to lead people away from God and into sin. He can appear charming and convincing. Let me get off of here. Oh, oh, oh. It's the. All right, I'm back again. So, but his intentions are always to deceive. His intentions are always to deceive. So, knowing the fruit asks us to know the fruit. In the Bible, Jesus teaches you will know people and their spirits by their fruit, meaning by their actions and the results of those. Oh, no, hold on. And the results of those actions. So, good fruit comes from good trees. Bad fruit comes from bad trees. So, in other words, we should look at what someone does, not just what they say. So just know that, you guys, I'm just getting ready to get up off of here, because this thing don't want me to put my messages out, because they're gonna send They're gonna send stuff my way where I can't get my message out or where they want me to act out in anger. But guess what? I'm not gonna do what you want me to do. I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do up on my platform. So it's gonna be like that. So if I'm talking and then it cuts off, that means they sending signals my way for it for a distraction or something. That's what they do. They just so crazy. But yeah, but anyways, you guys, that's it for me. That's it for me. Just know that storms eventually run out of rain.